there are some key areas here where we have to be very clear in terms of the impact of this engagement. One of the areas that is very key for Africa's national interest, and particularly the continent's more continental interest, is the question of the level of trade. If you look at the trade statistics coming out, it's asymmetrical in terms of what was unveiled in the week before this FOCAC summit, FOCAC ministerial meeting that was happening. You saw that China exported more than imports, and more importantly, I think for Africa, the national interest is to change that kind of trajectory of the trade imbalance. There are few countries that from which China actually imports a lot more, and more importantly, when we talk about the infrastructure, I think we've also got to see that China is maturing in a little way in Africa around its investments, its trade. But also, I think China is becoming a little bit more hesitant at times, cautious around some of the risk that underpins the financing of infrastructure in Africa as well.
China doesn't come in and say, we want to build a road from here to there. What they do is they say, you need infrastructure, you have a plan, what do you suggest, what do you want to do? So it's kind of 50-50. I think China is going to be a little bit more wary going forward in the future to make sure that these infrastructure projects are in fact sustainable and that there's a little bit more transparency. There has been issues out there. In terms of the amount of debt, it is substantial, but it's a chicken and egg. If you don't have the infrastructure, you cannot develop. If you cannot develop, you can't answer your country's needs. I mean, you can't take this attitude that benign neglect will somehow make Africa great again. We have a certain amount of criticisms coming from my colleagues. Sanusha said, "Oh, the balance of trade is not good," but the fact is, Africa would have to buy those things from somebody. So it's not a question of China somehow being predatory simply because they supply the goods that are wanted at a lower price. That actually decreases the cost for Africans.